Tyler,
Yeah,
speaking of AJ Styles, he was a part of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view about 10 days ago.
yeah,
So let's talk about that a little bit, Tyler. Break down the match card for Money in the Bank.
yeah. Um, all right, the Fatal 4 tag, including the New Day as the champions with the club, End Zone Cast, and the Vault Villains. Um, this was kind of weird match. I thought it was good, but there was a lot of clusters. Like End Zone Cast at their finisher, and then when the ref was counting, the ref hit 3. I'm assuming somebody was supposed to go in there and break up the count, but still. You also had when Big E had Carl Anderson when he's about to go with when he's about to go for the big ending. Luke Gallows just looked there and just watched him. Like when he's about to hit the move, I'm like, are you gonna break it up? Yeah, but other than that, I thought it was a fine match. I thought it was a fine opener. You have any thoughts on that?
I don't really remember the match too much, but from what I do remember, it was all right. It didn't really grip me or anything like that.
hmm Um, let's see. Okay, Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. I thought this was fine. I didn't think this was bad at all. They worked their asses off. I have to admit, the crowd wasn't really too into it. Because this show drove home a point that the only 3 matches you should give a fuck about is the AJ Cena match, the Money in the Bank ladder match, and the Reigns and Rollins match. Yeah, I mean that they just drove home a point that those were the matches that you all should care about, and because of that, they didn't really care about anything else on the card.
Should have
So,
separated the matches at that point.
yep.
Because if you don't have them separate, that can really kill the show. But people still watched it.
Oh yeah.
I definitely think it killed the momentum of the show because it didn't really get rolling until
Yeah, it
so
felt
late in it.
yeah, it just felt like they put all the filler out first. So,
And I think that's cool for certain occasions, just to get all the crap out the way, just so you can get to the good stuff, and then you nonstop with the good stuff. But I think at certain times you don't want that. But with certain occasions it's tolerable. I think here I tolerated it more because when we finally did get the good stuff, it was good enough to not be pissed about it.
yeah, 'cause I didn't even really know half these matches on the card except the 3 big money matches. But yeah, Baron Corbin hit the end of days and pinned Dolph Ziggler like usual. Dolph Ziggler loses like usual. There we go.
So I could calm down, man. You got it.
Yeah, but you know, granted, I think Baron Corbin should have went over so they could end this awful feud. And this feud actually hasn't been that bad, but you know, just I don't care. I don't give a
Reminds me of
shit.
the Austin Aries Baron Corbin match a little bit.
Yeah, kinda. This the feud has went on too long because all Baron Corbin has faced was really Dolph Ziggler since he debuted. So, but yeah, the Divas tag, nothing really noteworthy here. It was Dana Brooke and Charlotte versus Becky Lynch and Natalia. Yeah, nothing really noteworthy here. When are they gonna take that damn belt off of Charlotte?
I have no idea.
She's holding on to the belt way too long. I don't think she's bad, but there's better people in the division to have the belt right now, in my opinion. I mean, you have Sasha Banks, you have Becky Lynch. I mean, I wonder why aren't those people the champion? So, but anyway, yeah, nothing really noteworthy here. Charlotte hit the figure 8, or nah, it wasn't the figure 8. She hit her with the, she hit Natalia with the what's that move? The natural selection pinder. Natalia actually turned heel and she just started beating down Becky Lynch. So whatever with that. I really didn't care about that, to be honest with you. Um, Apollo Crews versus Sheamus. This wasn't bad. At least Apollo Crews is finally on pay-per-view.
I didn't
Which
even watch this match. I was working on episode 12 or episode 11 of Universe Mode at the time.
what really bothered me was Sheamus hit his white noise off the top rope and Apollo Crews kicked out. This has made his move kind of look like shit, especially he hit it off the top rope. But whatever.
Oh,
Uh,
Apollo Crews is a black Superman, Tyler. What are you talking about, man?
I saw
Future
that.
world champ.
And this is drove home a point because Apollo Crews actually went over. This drove home a point that because Sheamus was champion like what 6 months ago, 6 7 months ago, and now he's losing to Apollo Crews. No offense to Apollo Crews at all, because he should have won this match, but it just shows you how far you could drop down the card. So anyway, All right. Here's the match that. All right. Now we're gonna get to the three big money matches here. AJ Styles versus John Cena. I actually thought this was really good to great. Actually, I thought this was pretty great. I still think they could do more though, which I think they will do more. But I still thought they could do more. Cena kind of looked rusty here, but I still think he did a good job. Here's my issue with the match though. And it's not the finish. It's Cena was talking. Like Cena has a reputation for this. He calls spots way too loud. I was watching this on my TV. I'm like, I could hear him clearly. Like he was calling spots like all over the place. Like, he was saying, "Oh, slow down, slow down, slow down." Like I hear him talking all this bunch of shit. I'm like, oh my god, dude. Like he does this all the time. Like he calls spots like extremely loud that everybody could hear it. It was getting so bad that the camera actually had to cut away from him. So
Oh my god.
other than that,
But
you
Cena's
know,
not a bad wrestler though. I think for
no,
that one thing, I think he did a pretty good job.
no, I never said he was a bad wrestler. Actually, I'm actually more supportive to him than a lot of people. I do think the guy's good. The guy's improved. Like I said, the guy's still having great matches. So, but anyway, the finish included Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows coming out and hitting the Magic Killer on Cena so AJ could get the pin. I have to admit, at the time I was kind of disappointed because I should have saw this coming, to be honest with you.
I
But
did, baby.
yeah, when I saw it, I'm like, really? But I should have saw that coming. I mean, I didn't hate it. Then again, I wanted to see a clean win. That's just me. I wanted to see that at the time
I knew it
because
wasn't
I knew
happening.
because I knew Cena is probably gonna beat him what at Battleground and at SummerSlam. That's probably what's gonna happen. So if that's gonna happen, I would at least wanted the AJ to win clean if that was gonna happen. But go ahead.
I just knew. I knew it. I was like, there's no way. There's no way there's gonna be some type of interference. I didn't know necessarily if it was gonna be the club or whatever. I knew somebody was gonna get involved and one party was gonna walk away with a win by interference. I just knew it. It had to happen that way.
Yeah.
So I didn't know who was gonna interfere. I didn't know exactly what. I had some ideas. I didn't know for sure, but I was like, there had to be somebody coming in. But it was a good match. I didn't. I
No.
liked it a lot. It was. I don't know. Out of my matches this year, what is my favorite? It would be up there with Austin Aries. Not Austin Aries. Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn. It'd be up there with that. It'd be up there. Those are my favorite matches. I recently saw AJ Styles versus Shinsuke at Wrestle Kingdom.
Awesome.
I
Awesome.
recently saw that.
That's probably my match of the year so far.
Those are my three for right now. Hopefully something else will take it down.
But yeah, I still think AJ and Cena still could do more though. But I think they will. Well, then that AJ, I took the win though. AJ beat Cena, so I took the win because I knew he's probably not going to get another win over Cena. So, but anyway, let's go with the Money in the Bank ladder match with Cesaro, Del Rio, Jericho, Owens, Ambrose, and Sami Zayn. Now, this is probably the most stacked Money in the Bank since probably the first one when they had Benoit, Jericho, Edge, Christian, Kane, and Shelton Benjamin. So, I mean, that's probably the most stacked one since the first one. I thought this was. I actually really like this. I really like this, but I could not put this up there with the best Money in the Bank ladder matches of all time, like some people are doing. I couldn't put it up there with that. I thought it. I thought it
Why?
was. Huh?
Why is that?
I don't know. It just wasn't that. The
What do you think
best
it
one.
was? Do you think it was just like? Do you think it's because it's so new? What do you think it was? Is it the guys or like what would make
No,
you not
no,
want?
no. It just wasn't. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those cases that it just wasn't. Because granted, I thought this was great. Yeah, I mean, especially like this shouldn't be any surprise because she had great guys in the match.
Oh, I get you. I get you.
But it's just one of those cases like it just wasn't that. Like the best one will always be the first one.
I understand. Okay. Well, this was a good match, I guess. Whatever. I didn't really pay attention to it. The fact that Dean Ambrose won was cool. So, and then as soon as he won, I was like, well, I don't think Dean Ambrose is the type of guy to walk around with this briefcase for a long period of time. I'm like, if at the longest, we might see him with Raw, and we might cash in at Raw. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
If he doesn't cash in tonight, so I could have seen a promo in my head. I could see a promo with Ambrose in that briefcase. I just feel like he could have done something. But he cashes in later in the night after the Roman Reigns Seth Rollins match. So let's talk about that. Roman Reigns Seth Rollins. What did you think of that?
Oh, you're not gonna talk about that Rusev Titus filler match?
Let's forget about all that. It's filler, so let's not fill this hole in. Let's
All right.
pave right over that hole.
Okay, so Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins.
Actually, there is something notable about that match. Let's backtrack for 2 seconds. Okay, so there is something notable after the match. Freaking Titus O'Neil's fucking son was on camera, and his daughter, and his son was looking like a knockoff Jaden Smith, for Christ's sake. Oh my gosh, like, who does this kid think he is out here? He had the Odell Beckham Jr. hairstyle. He has the glasses rocking, looking like some Jaden Smith shit. And I was like, okay, my man out here trying to finesse. But, and then Rusev comes out there. I'm like, did he know about this, or is it just something that's happening? Because I don't think he knew about it. Because if he did, his acting is terrible. It's just atrocious. So let's just say he didn't know about it. Because if it was, Lord Jesus Christ, help me. He is not going to win himself any awards for acting. The Academy is going to be like, get this guy out of here. Like, you talk about 12 years a slave. You think this man was 12 years a slave the way his acting was. Never seen a movie in his life. For Christ's sake. That's assuming that's assuming that he knew Rusev was going to walk over to him. So let's assume he didn't.
You tried to act tough, too.
Oh, yeah. He was like, don't touch me. I was like, what the? I was like, dude, you realize it's all fake. This is all for show. I was like,
yeah, assuming that the guy's like 12 years old or a little older, so I assume he probably knows.
I'm like, I think he's like 16, 17, it looked like.
Oh, yeah, they should know.
I'm like, you realize it's all for show. I'm like, Rusev really is not a bad guy.
I mean, he slapped him on the arm or whatever. I'm like, what are you? Says he slapped Rusev on the arm or whatever, so I'm like, okay.
I'm like, this guy could beat your ass right here, and your dad ain't gonna do shit. You realize your dad lost this match? Even if it was real, your dad lost. He's a loser. I'm just saying. Not saying Titus O'Neil is a loser. For these guys want to correct me, but he lost that night. That made him a loser.
He's the father of the year. Come on, he's the father of the year for last year. Come on now.
Isn't Adam Rose the father of the year for this year?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you know, father of the year for me, man, is Kanye West. I don't give a fuck what you say. Will Smith, Kanye West, those guys. You guys want to talk about good fathers right there. Will Smith, Kanye West, Uncle Phil. Come on, Uncle Phil. That's the best father of all time, Uncle Phil, hands down. J. Cole wrote a rap song, and then the first line was "First thing first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil." So come on.
Well, you have to go with George Lopez as the best father of all time.
No, Wapa. I can't do nothing. All those catchphrases he had in that show was so ridiculous. And his son, the son on that show. I wonder what he's doing now. If he ever wants to hit us up to get on this podcast, that'd be so lit.
Nah, you can interview him. I'm good.
That kid was so hilarious. What's he, like 22, 23 now?
I don't know.
You have to assume he's like kind of old now.
Yeah, they ended that show in 2007, so assuming he was like 16 at the time. So
you have to assume he's like in his 20s then.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Titus O'Neil's son is definitely. I hope he was acting. Actually, no, change that. Like I said, I hope he wasn't acting. I hope he legit had no idea that was gonna happen, and he was just being real. But either way, that was not a good look, bro. But let's get back on it. The main event of the evening: Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins.
Now people actually weren't really feeling this match. I still thought it was really good. I thought the roles were kind of reversed. You know, Roman Reigns was pretty much the heel in the match, and Seth Rollins was the babyface. So you know, Roman Reigns was like, Are you sure you're ready for this? Are you sure you're ready for this? So he was doing stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, this is different. But I still thought this match was really good. It really started to pick up towards the end. When Roman Reigns went for the spear and he hit the barricade. And then, Roman Reigns was going for the spear in the ring, but Rollins caught him with the pedigree. I don't think Triple H could ever pulled that off. So credit to Seth Rollins. That would have been a cool finish, but he actually kicked out. And Seth Rollins got him up, hit him with the pedigree, and beats Roman Reigns clean in the middle of the ring. I was shocked. I was like, oh, really?
I was happy.
I was happy, too, because I'm not a Roman Reigns fan. I'm not a hater of him either, but I was happy. I was like, wow, they actually gave the belt to him. And, well, a couple seconds later, Dean Ambrose comes out and cashes in Money in the Bank. Now, if you look at Renee Young's Twitter, she was going crazy for this because I'm assuming that Dean Ambrose didn't tell her that he was gonna be cashing in Money in the Bank later that night. So, but she was going crazy on Twitter. But yeah, Dean Ambrose did the dirty deeds on Seth Rollins, and he's the champion. So yeah, I was actually happy. I'm actually a Dean Ambrose fan. He needs to start delivering more because it seems like in a lot of his matches, he seems like he just doesn't give a fuck. So he doesn't go balls to the wall in a lot of his matches. So other than that, he needs to step up his game since now he's the champion. He just needs to step up his game.
I was
So
not a fan of that at all. Dean Ambrose is champion. Dean Ambrose is not a champion. He's just not. Everybody that says he is, I don't know what you guys are seeing. I just don't see it. Dean Ambrose is not my champion. He could be your
sorry.
champion, but he's not mine.
Here's the problem though. They make him look like such a goof every week. Even last week, they make the guy look such like a goof. Like you cannot take this guy seriously at all. I think he needs to change the character or maybe a heel turn. Like I said, this is they make the guy look like a complete goof all the time.
He was upset that a plant died.
I know, like this guy's a complete goof.
Like, oh, you know what? I'm like, no wonder I'm not a fan. He's not my champion. He could be your champion, but he's not mine. Seth Rollins should have won, and it should have been it. Ambrose should have cashed in and been unsuccessful. That's what I think.
I think it would have been. I think it kind of would have been a mistake to have Rollins as champion, kind of a little bit, because he just came back.
He deserves it. Ambrose doesn't deserve
I
shit.
understand that. I understand that. But then again, Rollins just came back. You're gonna give the belt to him, and he's gonna have a long reign with it.
Ambrose doesn't deserve it. Sure as shit, he did not deserve it. He works hard, but he did not deserve to be the face of a company. Yeah, Ambrose is a guy who could be a champion, but not the face of the company champion. And yes, and why I say this, he is nothing more than a transitional champion. He is no different than having him as champion than having Alberto Del Rio take the belt right now.
Oh, that would have been awful.
No different.
Oh yeah, he's gonna lose the belt either at Battleground or probably SummerSlam. He's not gonna walk past SummerSlam as a champion at all. At all. He's not gonna get a lengthy title reign. Maybe he gets to change a character, and maybe, like I said, he turns heel, and then maybe when they give the belt to him again, if they do, then maybe have a sort of a long title reign. But other than that, he's not gonna get a long title reign.
I hope you're right, because honestly,
No,
Dean Ambrose,
I am right because they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna have him walk past SummerSlam as a champion. Guaranteed.
I'm gonna take that guarantee and I'm gonna run with it because honestly, Dean Ambrose is not my champion. I like the guy. The guy's good. He works hard. I don't think he deserves to be world champion. That's a difference.
I still think he needs to step up his game though. Like I said, the recent matches, there aren't bad matches, but he just seems like he's not trying or whatever. So other than that, I mean, he just needs to step up his game. Now he's the champion. Even though he only has 2 months with the belt, he still could put on good matches. So
But let me just say this: congratulations, Dean. I hope you enjoy your time as champion. You deserve opportunities, but I don't know if you deserve to be the face of the company. That's what I will say. This opportunity I don't feel like you should have gotten, but I still want to congratulate you on your success. So congratulations, man. You've worked very hard in your life to get to where you are today. So congratulations on that. I don't want to discredit you or anything like that. If anybody wants to play and take my stuff out of context, I do want to say this. I do respect his work. I respect his grind, and I want to see him shine. But I don't think he deserves to be the face of the company. That's just not at all how I see it. And I do believe he deserves great opportunities, endorsements, whatever. But being the face of the WWE, being the poster boy, I don't think that's him. I don't think that's who it should be. I think it should be either Roman, Rollins, somebody else, Finn Balor.
but then I can understand that. But they can at least give the guy a shot.